Hi! So I wanted to do a series of videos just talking about Disney and different things, whether it be in general the company or in Disney World and specifically. So I got my Minnie Mouse ears on, so you know it's a Disney video. This video is going to be talking about my favorite Disney podcasts as well as websites. So I have 3 podcasts and 3 websites. So the first podcast is WDW Today. This show goes up 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they're somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes, but 30 is really pushing it. This podcast is great. It's 4 core guys. It's Matt Hochberg, Glenn Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell. But they have guests on all the time, and really they take listener questions, and this podcast is really good if you're looking to plan. And they have their own wiki, which if I can remember I will link down below. Description box. That kind of links, you can search it and find specific episodes if you're trying to do planning or you want to know about something specific. Next is WDW Radio, which is launched or run by Lou Mongello, and this is a pretty long podcast. It's usually somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half. It goes up once a week, and then usually once a week he also does a shorter 10 to 20 minute episode where he does news. So it's actually a live broadcast he does, and then he posts it on iTunes and YouTube. And you can use this podcast for planning purposes, but it's really more about getting more information just about the parks or like trivia stuff. Lou Mongello wrote trivia books, so a lot of times he'll come on and they'll do like in-depth discussions about an attraction or a hotel so you can learn more about the story behind it. And the last is Diz Unplugged, which is run by the people from WDW Info or Disboards. And their podcast is cool because you can either listen to it on iTunes or you can watch, they live stream when it airs on Tuesdays, I believe. And then they post the video on YouTube, on their YouTube channel. This is usually somewhere between, somewhere around an hour, and a lot of times they do multiple segments. So they do their standard show, which has the same format, and sometimes they'll do supplementary shows where they'll review restaurants or hotels or whatever. Maybe a party if there's one going on. And it's kind of a combination of the others. They'll give you news and talk to you about things going on in the parks, but they'll also give you a little bit more background. It is longer, and it's nice because it's a round table format, so it's a bunch of people talking. And for the most part, I really enjoy the people on the podcast. I find them entertaining and funny. On to the 3 websites that I love. So just for general Disney knowledge or questions, I like WDW Magic. I do go to the Disboards occasionally, but I went to WDW Magic first, so it's kind of the one I still go to. It's my home page on my computer, so clearly I like it. And it's a relatively nice community of people. It is just a message board basically, although you can do other things there as well. They have post news pretty regularly, calendars and stuff, and they have an app. So does the Disboards. If you just go to the app, basically when you open it, it's the news, so that's always nice. Next is Touring Plans. They also have an app, which if you're going to Florida, you probably want to download. It's the Lines app. And Touring Plans is run by Len Testa, who wrote the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World, and he's from WDW Today as well. In Touring Plans, it just creates touring plans. You can put in what you want, or you can use an existing touring plan. They do crowd estimates and line estimates. They also have a menu section and a hotel section, so you can get more information. They're working on a project where they're giving you pictures of basically every room view all around the property of Walt Disney World. That's pretty awesome. It's really informative. It's laid out well. Their website and their app are great. I use them all the time when I'm down there, and I find them to be pretty accurate, so it's good. And Touring Plans, it's half paid and half not, so you can get some information just being in any old person. Otherwise you have to buy a subscription, which I believe is about like $15 a year or something like that, I think. I don't know. My dad has the subscription, so, and if you are like a family, you can share it. Like, obviously my dad and I both use it. And the last is allears.net. This is a great website for just information. Again, they have a great section. I've never used it, but I understand they have a great section for like going with special needs, and they have tons of information about hotels, and they link pictures and videos, which is awesome. So you can just go to one location instead of having to search YouTube yourself or whatever. And then I really use them for their menus. I find their menus to be very updated and accurate and informative. And just like Touring Plans, I think it's a very well laid out website. It's pretty intuitive, which is good. So those are my favorite Disney podcasts and websites in case you're looking for some information. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.